Please. Yep.
Let's do it.
We're good to
Uh,
go.
Let me know. Are we in? All right. Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful session of Tales of Tellos, the Silver Age. I am the Dungeon Master Order. I'm joined by these intrepid adventurers, players. We're playing wonderful people in game with various levels of past trauma for it. It's like, wow. All right. Well, let's go through quick agenda items to go through. Please feel free. This is the Tales of Tellos. It's taking place in the industrial era. This is session 11. We're already in the double digits, but please feel free to tune in to our other show run by Chaos, aka Lance, here in this group. He's running the Acronymic Adventures, the Guild campaign, the grand undertakings in lands divided, where adventurers, commoners, anyone really goes and joins this elite group, the Academy, that then trains heroes and villains, technically, to become adventurers across the seven-sided or
Seven-pointed star continent.
Seven-pointed, thank you. Seven-pointed star continent of Heptagonia, where each continent can pretty much has its own tales of mystery and wonder. So feel free to tune in with that. So,
And this week, they're finally going to take a final exam.
midterm. We're at midterm.
Yeah, midterm. It's not even their final. It's their midterm.
Jesus. All right.
Which means they're halfway to level 2.
Halfway to level 2. Cool. Let's also go into Lumi. What are you sporting today for us?
Okay, so I went for the classic bear ears bear onesie. I had a uniform.
So you're saying we should all just grin and bear it?
Yes, we will.
Here we go.
You're unbearable.
And so it begins.
On War 2.
I'll just go hibernate
You
now.
reserve the right. You're gonna hibernate. Okay. Hibernate and have some salmon, Mr. Lance Salmon.
That's a great pun.
There you go. All right, and yours also beer ears, right, Lumi? For your cool. All right, next week is Halloween, so we are not doing any like Halloween special per se, but what we are doing is dress up. So anyone can feel free to dress up. If they want to dress up as their characters or anyone else, feel free. We're gonna have fun with Halloweens and such for it. With that being said, does anyone have any questions or anything they want to bring up at this moment before we go into the recap and today's session?
You're all beautiful and I love you. That's just the usual. That's all.
Yep.
M's back.
And I'm
Em's
here.
back. Yeah, we are happy that you have you back. We saw you missed last session, so yeah, we're happy to have you back, and hope you enjoyed last week's session watching it with all the shenanigans.
Zanny, I read your name
That's
as
interesting.
Zanny the window, and I
Zanny
wanted to see who was going to be the wall.
To the window.
Can see right through.
All right, let's get started, everyone, with the recap. So last time, session 10, the story started on a train, and last session it began with a train as well, with the group finally arriving to Jedna. Erlon stumbled out of his room, buzzed and eventually tipsy from the pomegranate wine that he was drinking, and he struck up a conversation with Lance, Zanny, and Jetro. Jetro and the others tried to test his reflexes, and he showed them in a spectacular fashion that he really knows how to just maneuver around, even in an intoxicated state. Actually rolling double nat 20s with regards to it. Meanwhile, Alice and Bruce were indisposed for a bit and then had to hurriedly get ready and just barely got ready as the train came to a complete stop before it. Bruce had to go to take care of some more business with his investigation with the constables, but he had a carriage arranged for the group to basically take them from the train station all the way to the Ivory Palace. And the group went away with it on their seeing at least two different major neighborhoods in the city. They saw a lot of the Ambrosia Bazaar, this grand neighborhood where there was like dozens of shops, and it's very much like kind of like the very first thing that a lot of tourists or travelers get to see of the city. as well as then they went to the Rose Throne Burrow, which is where a lot of affluence resides, as well as the Ivory Palace and Skender's Guild. The group came to a stop, but not before Jetro noticed a few individuals eyeing them up and looking like they may be up to something for it. Jetro and the escorted the others, being very protective of them as they went up into the main suite, and it was an extravagant suite where they were able to see just like two-story apartment or not apartment, two-story suite with basically everything. They had a pool, a tea room, a dining room, a kitchen, a living room, a study room, and a terrace, which the Big Red decided to, as he was naked, proclaim, welcome, Jedna, Big Red is here. So he also went swimming in the pool. Zanny joined him, both of them nude, but then having fun, and then having some discussions and eventually getting dressed and showering. Everyone was able to shower except for Jetro, who kept vigilance and being very adamant about being protective of the group. Eventually,
He did shower. We made him.
Alice came down and talked to him, and it caused a little bit of a strife at the moment. And then finally, Jetro obliged and went to take a shower, upset that he was being commanded to do so. Afterwards, Bruce arrived, dinner was ordered, room service was ordered, lots of bottles of alcohol were ordered, and the group was settling in for a pleasant dinner. But Jetro would not join because he wanted to stand guard and was having certain types of feelings towards Alice and the party with how he was being treated. Eventually, a schism broke out as the group confronted Jetro, and Jetro felt wronged a bit, and then he got body slammed by Erwan to get into the back into the hotel room, in which case he said that he is alone. When they were trying to say that, why don't you come join us and stop trying to be alone? He said that he is alone, which sparked pain in his hand, and noticed that the infernal script now covers a chain, so to speak, around his hand, saying the word alone and sinner. The group kind of dissipated for a moment, deciding to give everyone space, eat, and then get ready for bed. Bruce did have a one-on-one conversation with Jetro, mentioning how he believes that Alice views him as a friend, not necessarily a guardian, and then him going back and relaying what Jetro told him about his sister and how his father had used his sister to gain more affluence in his family after Jetro failed to join and become a paladin.
Man, you put a little stank on that word failed.
Not, that's how he views it, so that's how it is. But with that being said, I will say just very quickly, well, not very quickly, I'll just say, we now tune in. It is the 23rd of songs. It is approximately, I would say, at this time around 9 or 10 o'clock. I'm just going to say 9 o'clock, just for everything. And Erlon, you decided to go talk to Jetro outside as he's standing vigilance, roughly right after he talked to Bruce. And Erlon was listening in at the door, and then when he opened the door, Erlon fell. So, Erlon, do you want to take it away from here?
Sure. Oh, hey there. Am I talking to Jetro or APOC?
Why would you be talking to APOC?
Oh, well, you sure as hell weren't the Jetro that I just was dealing with earlier. And I don't know, man. Like you keep going through all these mood changes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Jetro, you don't have to be sorry. I've said this before. What's going on?
He's clutching onto the cushion that Alice threw at him. He's just kind of out in the hall, not even standing guard. He's basically leaning against one of the doors, just kind of his legs up, his arms on his knees, and He just says, I don't do this. I don't, there's no intent or thoughtfulness on my part. I'm not able to talk. Sorry.
Look, all of us are doing what we're not used to doing currently, and like, I just need to know, like, what have you done in the past? Like, what's going on with all this infernal and with you?
I'm going to ask you how important is it for me to share that with you, to you?
I mean, when you told me before that you're gonna follow me to almost every place that I've asked you to come with me, I mean, it makes it just as important for me to know what's going on with you. Like, I have my past, and I'm not happy about it, but your past is really coming up a whole lot more lately, and I,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
look, don't say you're sorry. It's fine. Like, look, I'm not here to blame you, to judge you at all. I just want to know more about you. All right. I can't say I fully. I've never actually cared about a person, and when you told me a while back that you were my brother, I felt something. All right, and I haven't been able to feel that in a brother kind of way before, and I just want to know, like, what can I do for you? All the time you're trying to do things for other people. What can I do for you?
You Are you asking that question from the heart?
I'm Jetro. I'm asking you as Erlon right now.
No,
You
that's
told me
not what I
before.
mean. Do you really want to know what you can do to help me?
Yeah,
I have your word.
you you have my word.
My intention is to speak to Miss Alice before I leave, if I leave, and ask uh, to make a request of her.
Which is,
Not relevant.
see, Jetro,
Uh,
every time I want to know about you, and you make me go through this whole trial of just proving myself to you, you
it's
never
not
actually
that.
fully let me know.
It's not that, Erlon. I cannot tell you. It's not a matter of don't wish to tell you. I cannot tell you.
And what's so important about Alice?
We have an accord. You will help me.
I told you, but I need to know what I'm helping you with.
If she's not able to or not willing to approve my request, my backup plan is to surrender my sword to her.
Okay. And what part do I play in all of this?
For what we do, our weapon is life. And when a man like me's weapon is surrendered, that's failure, that's dishonor. So your role, if she does not allow me the release of my freedom, will be to act as my attendant. It's very simple.
It doesn't seem that
The-
simple.
It's very simple. For you, it is. I will kneel and I will draw a blade. And the role you play is to remove my head when to prevent me from crying out. That would be a demonstration of weakness, and that's what I'm atoning for. And you've agreed to act as my attendant.
So I'm just like speechless right there. Like Erlon is actually speechless right there. Jetro, we've said it to you before, and I know we're gonna keep saying it, and I know you don't believe it, but you are not a failure. And when that time comes, I know I did promise you this, but it's not gonna come easily. And you have my word that I won't tell others about this, but
Thank you.
I can't guarantee when that moment comes, if it comes, that I'll be strong enough to strike you down.
You will. You will. You will. Because if you do not, it won't make things better. I need you to do this for me. And he grabs Erlon. Not roughly, just more desperately than anything. And he smiles at him, and he's kind of trying to pump him up a little bit. He's saying you have to. It's not for you, it's for me. The one thing you've never done is fail us, fail me. I've failed you, but no, not you, me. Um, you have to. I mean, you have to.
Okay, Jetro.
No,
Y-
I need to know that you're going to do it. I need to know in my heart.
You have my word, but I'd be damned if I didn't try my hardest to make that not happen. If there's any alternatives, if there's anything else that I can do, I will find a way so that will not come.
You're not damned. You're not capable of it.
I'm capable of a lot of things that a lot of people don't realize. And
Yes, that is that's the truest statement you said.
you are too, though, Jetro. You keep blaming yourself. You keep saying that you have failed yourself, but in all of our eyes so far, you have not done exactly that.
He looks at Erlon and he puts his hand kind of behind his head. Again, tenderly, not aggressively. And he kind of just bumps your foreheads together. And he kind of pulls back and looks at you, and he does something, and again, there's no humor, there's no malice in this, but he kisses your forehead.
Jetro. I'm liking Jetro way more than APOC. But Jetro, I just can't explain it. I've only felt this way ever once. Um with this kind of, brotherly love with one other person, and I've never shared this with anybody before, and sharing this with you. Yes, I've promised you this, but I will keep on repeating it. It will not come easily.
When you say that you've only felt this with one other person, he kind of puts his hand to his mouth and starts to laugh, and then you just see tears, just a couple of tears flow from his face, and he says, "No, I get that," and those words were really very kind. But if you met me in such a short time, imagine the people you're going to meet in the future. And those are
Yep.
going to be the people that are worthy of you. And that's what you need to remember. It's about being worthy to yourself. To yourself. Doesn't matter what your brother thought. Doesn't matter what Alice or Zanny or anybody thinks. That doesn't matter. You are not the person that other people see. You are the person they see.
Jetro, roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
Jesus. Oh, no.
I'm sorry,
damn
I'm
you,
sorry, guys.
butter.
I'm actually crying. I apologize.
No worries.
No, you're
No.
awesome.
Go ahead, Jetro, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
With
sorry.
advantage.
Apoc's about to come out and smash Erlon in the head.
That would be awesome. Sorry.
You are crying and telling Erlon this, and the last words catch in your throat. Because every single word that you've spoken can be directed right back at you. And you know that with that wisdom, it clicks in your head. Everything you just said applies to Jetro.
He just lets go of Erlon and just hugs the cushion closer. And he says,
Erlon, roll a insight check, please. And I forgot to mention, Erlon here had his birthday recently, so he also has luck.
Dead. It's about to get used immediately.
And gets to be used immediately with a 4 on the die. Yeah, if you want to use it, you have your journal inspiration and your 3 luck points for birthday.
Worth. Completely worth.
18. You realize what just made Jetro do that. You caught the moment when he realizes it. And you realize, yeah, every word was directed at you, but he realizes it applies directly to him. He makes what he is defined. Doesn't matter what mistakes he's done. He is what presents whether or not he is worthy.
And Detra, all the words you said about me, it's great. It's amazing because I've had a lot of fake people around me, and I've just done the same thing back to them. I've just been the fake Big Red to them, but damned if I don't try to make you see the potential and the amazing things that you are.
I would say, I'll be damned, but I already am. So there comes a point where hope runs out. And when you meet that and you cross over it, there's no coming back from it. Not that I really want to. So you're going to be good. You're going to be better than good. And you're going to meet people and you're going to take people with you and you're going to protect them, right?
But what happens if I've already felt that now? I was already at that point that I've lost all hope, Jetro. And I was taking a train ride to Jeddah to try to make a name for myself for people that don't even matter in my life. and I stumbled on all of you guys. And I was at my lowest of low, no hope at all. And other people, you, were able to bring that hope back to me.
Well, and he's starting to get a little bit harder now. Like he's saying, well, I've reached my peak almost.
Mhm.
And he says, well, you're not stupid, Erlon.
Thanks.
And when you figure out that Erlon is better than Big Red, any day of the week, any day of the week, you're going to be amazing.
Jetro.
And you're gonna be there.
Jetro.
Yes, sir.
Another wisdom saving throw, please.
Jeez.
18s, all right? You just said when you realize, Erlon, that there'll come a day when you realize Erlon is better than Big Red. You can't help but feel the core in your body just shake a little bit, almost like you as you are crying, weeping, as you are holding on to Erlon, as you are breathing a little bit more raggedly. There is a voice in the back of your head screaming that exact same thing. You will be amazing when you realize that Jetro is better than APOC. Even in this darkest moment, there seems to feel like the angelic essence inside you is recoiling and is desperate within you.
Erlon, I want to thank you deeply, and I feel good. I feel really good because I think the 16 understand my path and they're forgiving me for it. Maybe there is hope beyond damnation. I do.
Hold
pray.
on. There it is, Jetro. You just said it.
I,
Maybe there's hope. And you just said earlier that there's no way coming back from this. That's exactly how I felt.
I understand. I understand. But, and I want to repeat this,
I
you
know.
weren't damned. I did the things that I did those things. I wish you could understand that. I did them.
I do understand, Jetro.
You
And
you don't. Sorry.
you're fine.
You don't. Okay? You're in little town near Hassania. Simple op. All we were doing was holding the road open for a couple of Refia's companies. They're going to head out. They're going to harry the cousins' troops a little bit, get chased back. Did it 20 times in a row. Base at this little town. Town knows us. Town likes us. We go there. We spend a lot of money. We keep the bad people from coming in there because we're 30 armed assholes. And then we have our people come through and we move on. Easy. Easier a lot. Easy. I want to repeat that. Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 of us against some farmers in earth tones, easy. Okay, weren't even gonna really lose people on this. We weren't easy. Problem is that the intelligence that we got that said, yeah, these are conscripts. These are farmers.
Mm-hmm.
They're not partisans of the cousin. It's resurrection. It's a military unit. If you haven't heard of them, good. But if you have, then you know that on their banner they carry 6 words: burn all, loot all, kill all. They probed us real good. And this wasn't supposed to happen. Remember, this was simple.
Yeah.
They were pushing us west towards the village. All right. King, he was our leader. He is our leader. Was their leader? I don't know. King said, "We're head back. We're gonna save who we can. We'll pull them out with us. You know, we're gonna lose some people, but it's fine. You know." So they're pushing us. They're pushing us west. Didn't realize that 2 platoons went out north and south, and they made it to the village before we did. And you knew, I knew the fires. You could see the fires. What's the first 2 words on their banner? Burn all.
Burn all.
Yeah. So they were pressing us, and I don't know, fireballs, grenade, I don't know, but I ended up diving into I was going to say bush, but that would have been offensive. But I ended up in cover. Couldn't figure out what this little squealing sound was. Couldn't figure it out. Little girl, 5 or 6, trapped under her mother's body. Her mother actually shielded her, much good. Erlon, I'm a bad person. I'm a really bad person, but not even APOC could leave that little girl behind. So he grabbed her, hugged her to his chest, and I ran. We eventually ran so far, and we finally made it. I mean, at least Resurrection got bored or tempted by a puppy with a broken leg. I don't know. Doesn't matter. They stopped. We were able to rally. At the rallying point, Mama Bunny, she's King CO.
Uh-huh.
She grabbed me, told me I was safe, and that, you know, I'd get patched up super easy. Great. And then she asked me why I was holding the dead kid. Apparently I took an arrow in the back, didn't even know it. Right out front, right into her. We had to burn the bodies. So that's what you do. I watched her little body burn, and whenever I closed my eyes, I could see that. When my eyes are closed, I've seen the body of her. So those are the choices that I made. That's the history that you wanted to know. It's foul.
But Jetro, these things, they don't define us. You can't let them define you. All right? Like, I understand how it's definitely taken a toll on you, but I don't have the similar story.
Good.
But I may have done, if not worse than what you've done, and I don't remember any of it. You know, when I found that token of the Gray Flames back in Wahatwa, the reason why I shudder at the name of the Gray Flames is they took advantage of me and my brother. and they use this as tools. And I don't even know what they use this for. How you can say that you remember all this stuff, I don't have any recollection of any of what I did for them. And I only hear stories of how bad they were, of when they came to my farm and what they've done to other previous places. And I don't know what I helped them do.
You helped them do nothing. There was no help. Listen to the words that you used. You can't remember it. Good. Because that wasn't you doing it. So
But
why should
Jetro,
you carry those memories?
because it's even worse not knowing all the people I probably hurt. Do you realize I went in with my brother, and when I came back, I didn't even know what happened to him. None of it. I've lost my brother. I don't know anything. He might still be working for the Grey Flames. We don't know. He might be dead.
If he's dead, then they're not hurting him anymore. And if he's not dead, you'll go get him.
Yeah. But now you should understand more of why you're so important to me of when you promised me this brotherhood.
I love you
And
for
why
saying
and why it's going to be so hard to give you what you want.
but it's what I want. And you need to understand something. What you would be doing is giving me a blessing.
Yeah, but
And that's something your brother never had. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to talk.
you're fine. No, but you don't understand. Yeah, it may be a blessing for you, but you don't think of all the others that it may hurt.
People heal. People heal. And I need to remind you that you gave me your word. And I'm going to hold you to it.
And I'm going to remind you that people heal and hope isn't completely gone.
At a certain point, it just doesn't matter. I
I
have to
understand.
I have to rest, and you have to rest, because in all likelihood, knowing Miss Alice as I do, you're going to have a difficult task ahead of you.
Well, I never back down from a challenge.
Yeah, I know. My head's still ringing from where it made a connection with the tile. That was well done.
I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of this too, Jetro.
You're
I
my
promised
hero.
you. I thank you. But I promised you when that time comes. But this is give and take. And I need you to promise me something as well.
If it's something I'm able to do, I would do it.
You're able to do anything that you choose to do, Jetro.
Sure.
Be with us. Embrace us. Stop pushing us away. And understand that we're all we're all we're all somehow in this together. And never lose sight of that. Don't lose hope in this group.
Hope's a rare commodity these days. We should all
It
trade
is. It is. And when I saw us on the paper for that little bit of time, I saw nothing but hope in this group.
I love you, Erlon.
Jetro, I
The
don't know
ceremony.
how
How what?
how you could love a guy like this, but I also don't know how I could love a guy like you.
Tomorrow morning, I'll have an answer for you as to when. The ceremony, it's silent. We will not be able to speak. So I treasure these words. They could very well be the last set of words that I speak. And I'm glad they were with you.
As am I.
And I'm sorry.
Stop saying that. You
No.
don't need to constantly remind yourself of how sorry you are.
I'm sorry that I put you in a position where you had to assault me, as effective as it was.
Well, some of us are just more stubborn than the others.
Yes, you are.
With that, I do ask Jetro if we can do our freaking awesome handshake.
He stands up and smooths his armor. Shit. And says it would be an honor.
Awesome.
Which
Do we
arm?
need to roll for this?
Wait. Which arm does he use for it, the right or the left?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm asking, which arm do you use, right or left?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh.
Can you
no.
guys hear me?
Yes.
We can
Oh,
hear you.
yes. Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
We all
This
hear
is
you. You just don't
terrible
hear us.
timing.
Can you hear me? I'll try. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Brian.
You can hear it. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
So
So-
Yep.
let me
Reset
just try
to
to reload again.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Did you try turning it on and off again?
And it's funny, it happened right then.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Perfect.
Sorry.
All right.
What's wrong? What did I miss?
There
Can
we
you
go.
hear
I
us
can
now?
hear us
You're back.
I can hear you.
Okay,
You're-
we
you
heard
missed nothing.
you, but then suddenly you couldn't hear us.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
My question to you, which arm are you using?
The non-profane sinister arm. So is it on? It's on the left arm, right?
That depends. Is Jetro right-handed or left-handed when he wields this?
Right-handed.
Then the profane is on the right. 'cause
Okay.
that's what the sword is
It's all right. I
based.
can be a
So
lefty
he's
today.
using his left arm.
So we'll do
Okay.
we'll do it lefty.
All right. You both do it. For fun, both of you roll performance check.
He would make us roll. What a jerk of a DM. Performance.
Yes.
Keep poking the
Birthdays
bear.
are so great. Birthdays are perfect for this. Just saying.
Yeah. And I'll give you advantage, so you can re-roll again without having to do anything, because you can just re-roll again, both of you, with advantage. Oh no, Erlon.
This is perfect.
Jetro, though,
Because-
roll with yours with advantage.
This is how we should go out. Can I purposefully tank this? Because I just think it would be perfect. Okay.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so you both.
No, here it comes. Here it comes. Wow. Okay, that's a little better.
Hey, 18s tonight. Um,
Wow. Yeah.
with it, Jetro, you do it, and you seem to compensate for it because it's like that. It's just an X and then a grabbing the arms, right?
That's right. Yes.
Mhm.
X, grab the arms. Jetro, you
Yes, sir.
feel something.
Okay. What do I feel?
You don't know. There's a tingle in your left hand. And as you look down, and Erlon, you look down, on the left side of your hand, script starts to form and burn and emblazon, not
Oh.
painfully, but written in celestial. Friend.
On me.
On Jetro.
On Jetro.
He just kind of pats it. Kind of gives a crooked smile to Erlon and says, "You better get to bed, Slugger." No, you better.
I can't read it, so.
Yeah, you can't read celestial.
No, I know that he's not really acknowledging it. He just kind of gives him a wry smile and just tells him to find a good girl and settle down. That's what you need.
I tried, remember? And someone messed it up.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be there next time, so you'll be fine.
No. Instead, you're going to be at my wedding, I guess.
Sure. Go to bed.
Yeah, all right. Enough dreaming, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look back and just, if he stays back, I'm going to
He does. He's not
Just-
looking your way or anything. He's just looking down.
it's going to just be acknowledging kind of like nods to him. And then I'm going to go back inside.
Yeah. And Orlon, you do know that there's something happened. It was different from the other hand. It wasn't written in like you can clearly tell like the red, the ink of Infernal for it. This seemed more beautifully well written instead of jagged and
Hmm.
more in blue as opposed to red.
Cool.
But as you pass, you do see that there is a gnome on the floor with some cups of cocoa.
Some cups of cocoa. What a perfect time.
Oh,
Continue.
hi.
Oh.
Fancy meeting you here in this hallway, doorway, right now. Hello.
Zanny, how much did you hear?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
All right.
I came to. I made new cocoa for Jetro, and because I felt like a bitch. So, I sorry.
Don't be sorry. Jetro probably will just deny the cocoa, knowing him. You can sure as hell try,
Mhm.
but I will gladly take some cocoa. And whatever you heard, we could talk about it another time.
Yeah, we will. We will. If you want to.
I need to now figure out how to make sure I can keep Jetro a little bit longer.
Yeah. Let me take a crack at it.
Be my guest. And I'll just take a cocoa and start walking over.
Zanny turns and walks out and goes over to see Jetro.
Back into the same position, just seated, knees up, and just kind of resting his head back, but actually kind of looks a little peaceful.
Can I come sit down?
This is a public hotel. You can do whatever you want.
I'm asking your permission specifically if I can come sit beside you.
Permission is not mine to give, Dr. Zanashara. Do what you want.
Okay.
I'd say it's a free country, but technically
It
we're a
is.
monarchy, I think. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, definitely not free.
The amount we've been tipping, nothing's free.
Just come over and sit down beside. Holds up a cup. I wanted to apologize, and I made a fresh cup for you.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Well, if it's okay with you, I'm still going to leave it here just in case you want it later, but you
That's
don't have
fine.
to
Sure.
have it. Okay. I wanted to come apologize.
Whatever for.
For being an asshole.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Not looking you in the eye, just kind of gazing up, eyes closed.
I always I always used to have it my fucking way. And I thought I was past that. But recent actions would show me otherwise. And
Well, we all have deficiencies. We all have areas that we can work on.
we do. I guess maybe I'm a little grateful I found one. At least I know.
You know what? I found one too.
What's that?
When you're going to the hells and you're cursed, it does engender a certain amount of freedom.
I strangely understand that.
I don't have a care in the world right now. It is quiet. I like quiet. I don't get quiet too often.
I think the world of you, son.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I would hate it very much if you were gone.
Everybody goes away. I think it's everybody goes away, but I think it's how we embrace the departure that identifies our character.
I think you might be onto something there. I did not embrace departure well.
Everybody leaves.
I think you're doing well. I don't want to lie. If you want to leave, I ain't here to stop you.
I don't understand. Leave.
I was outside. I heard what you were talking to Red about. I'm sorry. I was bringing you cocoa, and then I started hearing, and I don't want to lose you, Jet.
I'm already lost, Dr. Zenishara. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. I find it strange that I'm empowered by this. And the only other two people in the world who know this are saddened. This isn't sadness. This is and Alice will understand this. This is a fashionable departure at the appropriate time.
Alice will not understand this. I barely do. And I only understand it because I was there too.
We're not all here to understand. Sometimes we just have to accept.
Boy, I'm trying. You're making it really hard.
I apologize. I don't intend to.
Are you sure about that? Because you never let me finish a sentence, sweetheart.
I apologize.
I'm trying to no, shut up and listen to me. I'm here to help you. I've always been here to help you. I am trying to help you. Why won't you just listen to me? You're worth a fucking damn.
I'd like to address your first question first.
Sure, go ahead, rebut.
No, you asked me a question. I retract. I apologize. Dr. Zanashara, I apologize. I thought we were having a friendly conversation.
We're not right now, honey. We're not. We're
Oh,
having a therapy session.
no, we're not.
Yeah, no, we are. I'm a fucking doctor, and we're having one right now. And either you're going to have it, or I'm going to make you have it. If you want to put me in charge, then I'm in charge, honey. And my orders, my command are to sit there and have a therapy session with me. Now, are you going to listen?
Mm,
I just wanted to talk to you, but you want to fight everything that I'm saying. Everything. I want to tell you that you're worth something to me. That for the first time in my entire life, I actually want to have a family, and my family wants to go. So I'm sorry if I'm getting a little angry and emotional and a little bitchy about all this, but I have fought hard and long in my life to start giving a shit about people again. And I will be fucking damned if the first one I care about wants to take himself out of it. I want to help you. That's all I want to do. But I don't know how, and you won't let me. And I can't force myself upon you. I won't do it. I love you, and I'm sorry. But if you want to talk, you come talk to me. But I'm going to stop pushing myself on you. Yeah, I need to do that. She just gets up and starts walking.
Dr. Zanashara,
Yeah,
sleep well.
I will try. She goes to bed.
All right. Jetro, do you try to stay up all night?
I mean, he'll doze, he'll catnap.
Okay. Then dozing in and out for it. Um, roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you take a point of exhaustion, just because you're not getting a restful sleep. You're trying to stay up, but napping here, napping there, you're not getting that full. But
That is another 18.
I don't know what's going on with number 18. So 18 plus, yeah, plus 5, 23.
When did Rip become a god?
You
Rip and
never
Fairy became gods. There are now 18 gods.
know. All right. As Jetron, I'll ask, is there anything else you are doing throughout the night as you've received emotional words from Erlon and Zanny to you?
He's actually having a conversation with each member of his immediate family. And it's a lot of apologizing, it's a lot of forgiving, it's a lot of just trying to, even though it's not possible, just trying to maybe think that at some point in the future, they might realize that he has remorse and he has forgiveness in him.
Awesome. Okay. You spend the night occasionally going to sleep, occasionally like closing your eyes, getting a few minutes of sleep and rest here and there. In the end, though, in your waking moments, you're not sure what time it is, what else is going on, but you reflect and you speak to your family members, offering forgiveness, offering different words. Eventually, you forgive them, or at least try to explain to them what is going on.
And I ask their forgiveness as well. And he starts with his father.
Okay. And you're asking for his forgiveness specifically?
It's yes. Yes, he begins with his forgiveness, and then he his asking for forgiveness, and then he offers forgiveness.
Okay.
He never
Roll.
intended to disappoint him.
Okay. Let me roll something really quickly. Okay. You say your words, and you just speak them out into the hallway, hoping or wishing that these words reach out to him.
He actually calls him father.
Yep. As things progress, then, some individuals have stuck out and then returned. Morning
Didn't see a
does
thing.
didn't see a thing. Yeah, morning does come, and it is now the morning of the 24th of songs. Or I will say, yeah, it is there. Everyone except Jetro, roll me a d20, please.
Whoa. I got over a 10. That's
We
not
got
supposed to happen.
3 people over a 10. All right.
What the heck?
What? Who did it?
So
Who sucked off the dice god?
Jesus.
Jeez.
Wow, Lance. Wow. All right.
It was clearly
Alright.
me or Tim because we got the highest scores.
Okay, just for that, I'm gonna go in reverse order. Erlon,
Whoa.
what are you
Thank
doing
you.
when you wake up? Or M, what are you doing when you wake up? You were in the suite, and most of the time you've been in cat form. You've heard some shouting, but you're not sure what it's been about, or when you've been like moving around at night with the zoomies, you've heard some of this conversation here and there. But what does M do as he wakes up? I would say you can either pick. He can wake up on the second floor where all the master bedrooms are, or you can say that he slept in this first floor of the lordly suites.
Yeah, the first floor's fine. It's got everything he needs. And yeah, he'll wake up and he'll be in his regular Fey Giant form. And he is actually he'll head to the kitchen and wait, what time is it?
I would say this time it's like 8 a.m. right now.
Cool. Then yeah, he'll start just trying to cook some breakfast.
Okay. You do notice there's like a complimentary newspapers that were delivered in the morning from the service elevator. But yeah, overall you can
Yeah,
start.
he'll grab them and take a quick peek to see and look at the front page at least.
Yep. Let me post then since let me see newspapers.
Bandits found dead because Lance destroyed them.
Not quite.
Ants didn't do shit to them.
Let me see.
He was
Sorry,
ready.
one second.
I was going to literally drain their souls away.
And not make them your puppets.
No, I can't do that yet. Next level.
Next level, right? Sorry, give me as I'm trying to pull up because now my computer is going a little slow for it as I'm trying to pull up my newspaper tab or folder, I should say.
How dare.
How dare my computer?
Man. Is it going beam? Sorry.
Just
No
casually
worries.
open my tab from newspapers for my fantasy world.
Yes. I just posted it in the Desert Herald. You see in the front page, there's like 3 main articles. One is about the Gray Wolves being disbanded. They were the pro team in Hassania. You notice it is the 200-year anniversary for Sindane's liberation from the Lich King. And then you notice the recruitment at Skender's Guild.
Nice.
For those who are C1 from today is actually the day. So I didn't make
M
that.
is still trying to work out how time works on this realm, and he's like, it takes him a second, and he's like, is 200 years like a long time? Or yeah, that sounds like I guess it's kind of a longish time.
Longish time.
And then yeah, he'll just
He's gonna
he'll
live
start
for
cooking.
9,000 years.
All right. Let's go then. You wanted to do some cooking, so roll a wisdom check for the cooking.
Sorry about your
God.
sweet Alice.
You're not getting your deposit back.
There's butt prints everywhere. There's just like little naked little people footprints on the bottom of the pool, and now the kitchen's been blown up. So
Well, don't forget the glass of cocoa that was shattered against a wall.
of course,
Yeah.
of
Oh
course.
shit, that's
All
right.
right, with a 12, you are able to actually do and cook a decent meal. It's not great, but it's just decent as you grab like random food from the pantry and just start chopping up things, doing it. Your problem with M is his timing when it comes to cooking. Either he's like having to constantly like he's leaving the eggs and they get a little burnt, or he then does it again and then they're too soggy because they're not yet have been kind of like settled in. It's a lot of timing issues, but eventually he gets it down and gets okay breakfast.
Awesome.
The smell of eggs and bacon and other foods are wafting out of the kitchen just a little bit. I'm sure you also give Blazer some milk from a bowl, and he happily.
Yeah, he definitely had a saucer
Or is you
of
giving him a
milk.
bowl or just giving him the whole?
He'll give him the closest thing to a saucer he can find. I'm sure they're like a little one of those little plates that you put under the teacup.
Sounds good.
But once everything is finished, or at least close to being finished, he will tell Blazers, why don't you go let everyone know that it's ready.
All right. And Blazer starts going over up the stairs. He pauses and just scratches an upholstery item just for to scratch with his nails, and then goes forward, tail just boofing as he goes along.
Awesome.
Alice, you wake up.
Alice is having a great morning.
Cuddling with Bruce early on, and then a shower. And as you go forward, you do hear a little bit of an upset tone from Bruce. And you go forward, and what do you say as you see him just like hands on his hips, just looking perturbed?
She's gonna put her hand on his back and go, "Darling, are you okay? Are you dying?"
Look, do you see these letters for you? Not Paper Industries. Like,
I hate this guy.
Is it written like on the is there a desk in this room?
yeah, there's a desk.
Can she go
They're
rifle
not
through it
addressed to
and
Bruce.
try to find the paper?
They're all not. Yeah, there's paper in there. There's just not. He's like, I'm not sure if I'm insulted by the fact this hotel or them. I'm not sure who I'm supposed to be upset at.
Well, I don't think I will. Look, I've given away all of mine, so if they have any, it's probably been used. But I'm offended by. I mean, if they know you're staying here, they can at least send somebody out to go by like a little bit.
I would imagine so. Either way, here are your letters. And you notice he did not open them.
Why are there letters in our room?
I was about to ask you. Here are your letters. Why do you have letters?
I don't normally receive letters to my bedroom, as you
I
would
would-
know, because you're so often in my bedroom.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, if these were correspondences, they would be left at the desk, or they would be delivered. But underneath the door, he just gestures to them, and does Alice open them up and read them?
She's gonna open one first because she's like, "What the fuck is this?" It's
So you roll a d3, please.
a D3.
Okay, so you open up, and let me look at this, and you read Jetro's letter first, actually. because it
That's the worst one.
That's the worst one to read first.
Yeah, you open it up, and you see it's written in Jetro's handwriting, but it's long. Do you
She's
still-
not. She's not. She's gonna open
It's
it
a
up
whole
and she's
scroll.
she's gonna like 3 pages like fan out, and she goes, "Oh boy, I don't believe this means good things." So she's gonna fold it up, put it back in there, and open the next one, and then she's gonna open all 3 of them, and she's gonna like hold. She's gonna hold Lance's where it's short. She goes, "Okay, some early morning summons." She puts it back. She looks at Zany. She goes, "Coco in the kitchen. Put that one back." And then she finally reads Jetro's at the end of it all. Darling, I don't know how well your pep talk went last night. I can't tell.
I'm not sure. I mean, I gave it a go.
Will you be upset if I'm a little bit late for breakfast this morning?
I mean, yeah, you can have a late breakfast. I mean, whatever you desire.
What time do you have to leave at?
10 o'clock. I should be at the constable's office, so I should probably leave here around 9.
What time is it right now?
At this moment, it'd be like 8:15.
Darling, I won't be that late. Secondary question. How long are you going to be in Jeddah for?
Well, it depends. I mean, I can be here for. You see, he pauses for a moment. I know you're planning your adventuring, which again, is very supportive of it. I did promise you that I'd buy you a dress and we'd go and see what music shop we can get a new instrument for you, my dear. And I don't know what your schedule is going to look like either. So I think it'd be safe if we just extend our vacation. A week, 2 weeks. Technically, it can go more, but the point is, I need to work remotely if that is the case, and deal with the situation with the constables. It's embarrassing to note my accounts have been frozen a little bit due to the investigation, so we may need to check out of this hotel and go to a different one.
Darling, you don't mean downgrade.
No. I mean, we can either downgrade and stay in the same Ivory Palace, or go to what was that other hotel called?
Don't. They probably have bunk beds. I told you I'm not sleeping in a bunk bed. Ever.
Oh, Marjorie Hotel probably doesn't have bunk beds.
Okay, look. She's gonna sit next to him and she's gonna just she sets the letters aside. She's gonna take his hands and go, "Darling, you do whatever you think we need to do. I'm not concerned with where we sleep tonight, as long as I sleep with you. Also, we don't have to go shopping if you don't want to. I have plenty of dresses." She's currently wearing a very lovely, like, emerald green dress. It's very pretty. Looks a little bit like her. I'll just post it in the Discord. Oh, there we go. It's less fancy than that, but it's a little less fancy than that, but yeah. Nice little jacket over a long skirt. All emerald green, white shirt underneath. I've got plenty of dresses, and I actually own a violin, so we don't have to do that.
No. You asked for it. That's what I'm gonna give you. That's the end of it.
Darling, you are insufferable, and I love you for it. Now, I do have a few matters to attend to. Hopefully, no, this is all art that I've made with Midjourney. Also, the Pinterest board is pretty big.
I was gonna say, I'm guessing there's just an Alice dress.
That's exactly what it's called.
Page.
That's exactly what it's called. No, but this should take no longer than 10 minutes. I'll have to see what Lance needs. Zanny.
We'll play by ear. What do you think is gonna happen today with you and your friends?
Oh, well, hopefully we go shopping, because I think Zanny nearly jumped out of the window of the carriage once we passed the shopping district, so I foresee us going shopping, which Honestly, I'm a sucker for shopping. I will go shopping 5 days a week.
How about this then? Let us meet in the Muse's coffee shop near it. You don't have to go inside by any means, but let's meet outside in that general area. It's a good location near the. It's close to the Palace District, but it's still in the Ambrosia Bazaar. That way, it's a good place to pivot wherever you're going to go shopping to.
That sounds like a date, darling.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. My
Now,
love.
I'm going to snag all of the bottles of alcohol that I can before we leave this suite, though.
Of course, they're yours. I mean, we paid for. I paid for it.
Okay. Perfect. That's also what I'm going to talk to Lance about because he has a very nifty bag, keeps everything cold. Just gonna shove all of my alcohol in there.
By all means.
She's gonna kiss him. I love you dearly, darling. I'll see you in a little bit. I'm so
And
sorry.
it just pulls you back for a moment, and then just like pulls you back into the bed and just gives you some kisses for a moment. After about 15 minutes, or you actually hear some pawing at the door. And both of you kind of like pause, annoyed, and then you just start hear meow, scratch, scratch, scratch.
The first thing she says is, Imran, if that is you, I'm going to pick you up by your tail.
And Bruce finally is like, all right, I think we should go get down to this.
I'm
And
sorry,
you hear
darling.
still the scratching sound. And then you go to the door and you see it is Blazer.
Oh, hello, dear. I'm sorry, I won't pick you up by the tail. I love you. It's just Imran, I feel like he watches me all of the time, and if he was at my door, I would be weirded out a little. Can he see through your eyes?
He just is purring and rubbing himself on your legs, tail up in a friendly manner.
I'm not convinced. Imran, stop that. And she just kind of she pats Blazer, but kind of shoos him on his way.
You see, he's just like standing in between the door, like yes, no. He's not sure if he wants to go in or go out. He's just staring at you.
Alright. Alice is going to give Bruce one last kiss and then go find Lance.
All right. You head out and you see he kind of like you see Blazer's staring at Bruce and Bruce is staring at Blazer. They're just having a bit of a staring contest at the moment. The last thing you hear is, I mean, did you need something from Bruce?
Oh my god, he's broken. He's stupid.
Oh, look it. Appropriately, there's a cat butt on
There's a cat button
on Zoom.
We love this for him. What's Bruce's intelligence? Like 4?
No.
Boom, roasted.
Ah.
God damn.
No,
He
I
runs
like
a business and he's intelligence 4.
Yeah.
No wonder he's broke.
Exactly.
Jesus, you guys. All right. Let's go next to Erlon. Before we get to Alice and Zanny, what is Erlon doing as he wakes up next in the morning?
I want to wake up, kind of take a moment to think about everything that happened with APOC, with Jetro and what he said. Just kind of playing it again through my head. And then afterwards, just kind of shaking it off. As soon as I smell the scent of breakfast, I'm pretty damn hungry. So
You
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
smell
start
it from the second floor, but you do hear a sound, a scratching sound at
scratching.
the door.
All right, so I go open the door.
You see Blazer looks up at you.
Real quick, DM. Are our clothes here?
We'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
So,
I was gonna say if they were, Lance would have gone and put them in front of everybody's door.
yeah, Lance still hasn't gotten up and he hasn't checked yet. That's why.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a moment for it.
Oh.
But you do see Erlon Blazer's right now in front of you, and he kind of is like licking his lips.
So before I walk out, I'm just gonna kind of awkwardly pick up Blazer and just put him to the side, and then I'm just gonna go downstairs at this point, walk past him.
He just watches you go, and then just goes in a different direction.
Yep. And then
Erlon, you go to the kitchen. You smell a tasty breakfast that M has cooked up.
and at that point, it's only M in the kitchen currently, right?
At this moment, yes.
All right.
Top of the morning to you.
If it was if it was in my room, I'd be wearing like probably a big robe if it was in my room, and just like it's bigger than me. So
Yep. You're
kind of
trailing a little bit a long train behind you, but you are wearing a red robe.
And kind of just to
No,
break the
sorry, a
mood.
white robe because it's Ivory Palace. You're wearing a white robe.
Gotcha. And just to break the tension, so M greets me, and I'm totally going to almost mock this lavish life of Alice, and come in like, "Oh dear, I've seen you made breakfast. Bruce would be so happy, but instead, I rather have lovely room service. But M, it's so nice of you. Let me just pat you on the back." And his back is like his ass at that point because he's so damn tall. Just stabs him, and then just goes over and sits down at the at where he's at currently.
Awesome.
And I hope it's to your liking, my lord.
You know that there's a
probably
dining
not.
room that you can very easily go to, like the big dining room, but you guys are just chilling and eating in the kitchen, which is totally
Yeah.
There's plenty of
Uh,
table right here.
There is.
Erlon, roll me a perception check, please.
Perception.
Or you can use your passive. I'll give you either or.
This is the worst night ever.
Oh my lord.
You got the rerolls.
We'll use it. We'll use the
He's
8.
almost out already.
Easy.
I
What's
know.
I know
Where
you've
you
been burning
two?
so many.
We haven't
You
even
only have
left.
2 left. But what's your passive perception?
Oh, passive. Okay. Oh my god. What is my passive? There's 13.
13. 12 was the DC.
Okay.
You notice the newspaper and you see it says right there, Scander's Guild is recruiting.
Yes. Almost like as soon as I notice whatever I was eating or drinking, just immediately like spitting it out and like
You
it's
spit
a
out the food on the
sign.
floor. Okay.
Yep, it's a sign, M. It's a sign. Right
Sign
here.
of what? That did I? Oh,
I mean, he did
Okay.
spit out the food, so I don't know how M would take that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I get it.
But it's for your cats. But yeah, Scanners Guild. Like Minnie, she told me about this. Like she told me about this guild. It's right outside.
Oh, that's. Oh wait, right, like right. It's like right next
right,
door.
Right next door. Yes. I already had plans going to it, but this right here, this sets it in stone. It's a calling.
I mean, that's normally how those things work. So yeah, I agree. We should do it.
We should. That's a great idea, Em. That's amazing. Wait, when you say we, like just you and I? Because I already had plans with Jetro. And now
Well-
Zanny actually too.
Well, I thought we were an adventuring party. We would,
That's right.
isn't that how the whole? I'm still new to how adventuring parties work. I don't know the rules.
Same. You know what? Honestly, it's a calling. I'll just check it out, see how it is first, and then I'll probably let you guys know about it.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh, there goes Big Red. He's out of the party. He joined another team. And this is where the whole party breaks up. Good game, everybody.
Just left
Jetro's
with
leaving.
Bruce.
Erlon leaves. Zany rage
Epilogue, next
quits.
episode.
Em is just stands there confused.
Erlon, I will say you do notice one thing as you're moving about. You definitely feel quicker, stronger.
Oh, that's right.
Because your movement speed is now 30 because you rolled 2 natural 20s, so your feat that you picked was
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Sorry.
The small of the nimble feat for any
Squat nimbleness.
Squat
Yes,
nimbleness.
squat nimbleness.
So add that to your character sheet.
Yes, it
Ooh,
has.
looking awfully quick
added.
today. Speedy.
You know, I've been working out my legs more often, Em. And like as I'm doing that, I'm like in a chair that's too tall for me and kind of like just swinging them to and fro. Like
roll a dexterity saving throw because you are wearing a very long robe and now you're
Oh,
balancing
jeez.
things. Roll an
Don't ever tell him what you're doing. You're gonna make a save and with your dice right now.
Oh, here comes Little Red again.
bro,
Jesus.
Oh my god, no!
terrible.
Roll a
Are
d4 for
Ken?
me, please.
Oh my
'Cause
god.
there is an oven.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, Alice. Oh, see,
Roll
we're
to sit, please.
Into the oven. 'Cause
What?
that's the direction.
What? You just sit in the oven?
No, you were on a chair like right here in this area. And one is
You're
up,
so
2,
fast, I
3,
went
4,
there.
right into the oven wall. You take
Oh lord!
Damn it.
You're not supposed
1
to
point
sit
of
in the
fire
oven.
damage,
Was
and
it
the
2
robe
Oh, 1 point.
and the robe catches on fire at the moment.
Oh shit. So I'm like literally just like patting.
So you
Em,
fall over, you tip over, and you roll.
fire's your
The
thing.
robe hits the stove, and then you pull it off, and you're just stomping on it. There's a little bit of smoke coming off. We're gonna pause that scene for a moment.
Was he wearing anything under the robe?
That's a good question.
No, really?
Oh my lord!
The robe.
So
How do
now
you
we
go
have
from sitting down to taking fire damage?
So pause that moment for a moment. Lance, Zanny, both of you roll a d20, please. One more.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, Zanny, you wake up. What do you do in the morning as you're waking up?
Rub the sleep out of my eyes and put at least some clothes on. I'll put on this big white shirt, and I make my way down to the kitchen
And
to go make cocoa.
you enter the kitchen right as the scene takes effect.
This smells good, Amber. What the 16 gods, damn it.
Danny.
Fucking
I'm fast,
hills.
but not fast enough.
Just run over, just what the fuck are you doing?
What's it look like
Yeah,
I'm doing? I'm literally stomping out a robe naked right now.
Just immediately help, like run over, grab like a basin, fill it with water.
So now he's naked and wet again.
I'm gonna take a dip in the pool soon.
What
There's
happened?
now water in the kitchen, just splashed everywhere.
I'm just.
There's a quarter ruined white robe, and the smell. There's a little bit of smoke in the air.
The past 5 seconds have been wild.
You don't say.
I mean, the food was good.
And there's also food on the floor from where he spotted.
Well, good morning.
Let's try not to tell Alice about this.
Let's try not to tell Alice about this. Yeah, let's clean this up. What do you say? And maybe go put some other clothes on.
Oh yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's switch scenes.
Oh, Lord.
Alice and Lance. Lance, you are snoring when suddenly you wake up as you hear a gentle rap at your door.
Would he still be? He went to bed at midnight.
Yeah, well, it's 8 hours sleep, so
It's 8:30, so he's been up for half an hour.
all right. If you want, yeah, you're kind of like finishing your morning rituals, and you hear that rap at the door.
Lance will make sure he is wearing clothing,
Okay.
and then he'll go open the door and be like, come in. And he'll stick his head out and look and make sure nobody else is looking, and then like kind of pull her in.
Darling, you cannot. And she's gonna hold up all 3 letters and pull out his and go, you cannot summon me in the middle of the night to my bedroom and then pull me into your bedroom.
Yeah, whatever. It's nothing like that. I went and did some research last night.
She's just holding up all 3 letters. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck those other things are. I went and did some research last night. Come here. And Lance just like You see like the desk in there. Lance has 4 books laid out. He's like, I went to the magic bookstore last night and got some books.
You left?
Yeah.
Was everything okay afterwards? Like,
Oh, I didn't go that way. I didn't want to deal with that.
okay.
Do you know how cheap it is to pay off the servants to use the back elevator here?
Of course I do.
Dangerously cheap.
Of course I do.
I paid 50 silver. I don't know what you normally pay, but
50 silver.
yes. Anyways, yes. Lance goes over to the book that he read, and he's like, "Okay, so I was looking in here, and read this." And he shows you the passage about the angel who went and became an archdevil in the hells, and then decided to be good and cured themselves.
This is a real angel.
Yes, but angelkin are like baby angels.
No, you're not.
And
You're not insinuating.
and so no, what I think is, for whatever reason, Jetro has imprinted on you like a newborn chick does to the first thing it sees and decides that it's his mother.
Yes, I'm lovely, darling. I'm fantastic. Of course he would.
Right. Anyways, your words hold a very, very strong resonance in his being. So I just wanted you to know before you go talk to him, because I'm assuming you're going to go talk to him,
Oh, well, I do need to apologize.
that make sure, even if you get frustrated with him, don't lose your temper with him. You need to keep it calm and peaceful.
Lance, I don't believe I've ever lost my temper.
You're full of shit, and we all know it.
Right.
But the celestial energy in him, it is a powerful, strong force for good. But if it gets corrupted, it can be equally as strong for bad. I think that's what's happening right now. He's slowly being corrupted. I don't know if even if we went and found a cleric, they would be able to remove this curse. I think it is metaphorically, physically, honestly, him wearing his emotions on his sleeve.
Darling, in this, you're not insinuating we give him his sword back, are you?
Oh, hell no. No, we're going to destroy that thing when we can.
Does he know
or
you
I'm going
have
to use
it?
it. I haven't decided. Yes, it's in my bag. But I think the realization of what the sword was what triggered it the first time. And I'm sure he's done some shit in the past that haunts him. You know, those of his kind tend to have those terrible memories that you just can't get past. But I think with the right words that we can make those bad words go away.
That is an awful lot of pressure you've just put on me.
I know. But it's, regardless of what happens, we will deal with the situation, and I will continue doing research, and I will continue studying, and I will take and figure out what spells are appropriate to remove it if it can be removed through conventional magic means. If it cannot be removed through conventional arcane means, we'll go to a holy cleric or whatever. If that still doesn't work, we will figure it out. Because that's what a party does. That's what friends do. You figure it out for each other. But in the meantime, let's not make it worse. If it's like a rash and you can stop it early, let's stop it early before it spreads.
Being quiet is not exactly my forte.
Oh, you don't have to be quiet. You just have to say the right words. And I feel like you have the right words in there. You just need to talk to him, not at him. Do you know you do that? You tend to talk at people.
Lance, you grew up like I did. It's just how we talk.
Yes, but don't you ever take that mask off and act like a normal person when you're not in a public setting?
With my husband where it's appropriate.
Okay, but we're now your friends and your adventuring party, and you don't have to wear the mask around us. You can talk to us like normal people. I talk to you like a normal person. I think that would mean the most to Jetro is if you talk to him like a person, not like a thing.
Alice is not going to respond to that. She's going to put the letter down on his desk and go, next time you leave me a letter, it better be on Paper Industries paper.
I looked. There was none in here.
I
went downstairs and checked the desk down there. I checked all the rooms, and I'd already snuck out once, and I wasn't going to pay that much just to go get more different paper because the paper shop's probably closed.
Alice is going to turn to leave, but like as she gets toward the door, she's going to stop for a second and look back and go, Lance, you're a very good person. You know that, right?
Yes, but please don't tell anybody.
Oh, I plan to tell everybody when it is appropriate because that is my job.
Okay. And I'm sure at this point you hear
Bruce and
another voice behind Lance repeating something he just said.
Oh, the bird!
you look, and you see
No, you have to say the words, DM.
Sheldon as a parrot. I did not hear the exact words. I cannot.
The last thing I said was, "Don't tell anyone."
Oh, don't tell anyone.
Alice looks a bit taken aback, and she's just like, Sheldon?
Yes, I needed some expert advice, and I tend to find that the most expert advice I can give is hearing my own words back to myself.
Oh, and I'm the one full of myself. That makes sense. I'll see you later, Lance.
Goodbye.
Full of yourself. Full of yourself.
She fights the urge to punch a bird and leaves.
Lance will go now look for the clothes that he ordered.
As you both are going down, you do hear a rather loud, like, wait, what's going on here? As Bruce makes it on scene and sees the cleaning that is going on in the kitchen. He looks at you, Herlon, who's naked with like a mop, I'm assuming, and he's like, do I want to know?
No, you don't. You really don't. Morning, Bruce. Red.
Good morning.
Please go put some clothes on.
Yeah, that's my cue. And like
Yep, thank you.
with the mop or broom, I just kind of toss it to the floor and just run past to go
You're
upstairs.
Okay. You
The
just
floor
mopped.
sweats.
Make him roll another check.
Dexterity saving.
Broom or mop? Broom or mop?
I told you,
I
don't
said
tell
mop.
him you're doing anything.
Roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
God.
This is the beginning of your another double nat 20.
This is villain arc right now.
You slip for a moment, and there is a moment where you are in like a cartoon, like trying to catch yourself in front of everyone, and then you stop as you are in like a very like iron stance. You did not slip. 10 was the DC.
Jesus, thank God. I'm going upstairs nicely now.
You okay?
Careful.
No, I'm not okay. My butt's clenched.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Okay.
You go to up
Go and
and
clinch.
Alice, you see a naked Erlon.
Not
walking-
dealing with it. Not dealing with it.
Wait, no, Alice.
He calls to you,
Look.
walks so naked.
Darling.
Alice, I don't ever ask this of you. I need a moment. You're walking back upstairs with me.
Look, I shoved a letter under your door, but you'd
Darling.
already gotten up.
Darling, I have something to attend to, and you're naked.
More important, look, just don't look down. Well, it's kind of like impossible with me.
You are
But
shorter than
All right, look,
just,
Oh.
she's gonna walk back to the elevator. She's starting her new arc as a friendly person.
oh yeah, right.
Lance will do the prestidigitate clear image,
Lance, you do
the
join
blurred
at this
image.
moment, and you are able to assist if you wish.
16
I
bless you,
just-
Lance.
Lance doesn't say anything. He just, as he walks by, he just casts prestidigitation and does the blurred image again.
Why do you
Sorry.
never have clothes on?
Well, you know what? It's probably
It's a religious thing. Is it a little person thing?
no. Actually, for once, I had clothes on that I didn't rip on purpose. But they burst in a ball of flames. But that's besides the point. We're going to talk about something else while we take this little ride upstairs. Okay.
I'm a friendly person now, Elon.
Oh wow!
Off my
Wow,
back,
Bruce
off
does
my
so
back.
much to you.
Oh,
Mm,
you don't even know the half of it. I'm no longer stressed.
I don't want to. I don't want to know. Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you. All right. Focus, not on my
You all
penis.
Ride the
So
elevator back up.
okay, and literally, you can see just us having a nice walk as I'm butt naked.
Yeah.
But
It's like a mother and her son on the way to a bath.
it is. It's totally.
I mean, he's 4 foot tall.
Okay, I'm
so
sorry,
not-
a mother and her 8-year-old.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hey, a
Are you
son
holding
can
his-
be any height.
Are you holding his hand?
No.
No.
Of
She's
course
actually
not. That's
he's
too
on
nice.
he's on one side of the hallway, she's on the other.
Perfect. Okay, Alex. So, like I said, we don't normally do this. Honestly, you're you, I'm me. But so we have a little bit of an issue, if it's not obvious already, with Jetro.
She's gonna produce the letter that he slipped under her door, and she goes, I was actually on the way to speak with him because well, one, I need to apologize, but two, I'm a
Yeah.
bit worried about him.
Okay. Well, now you're about to be even more worried about him. Him and I, we talked. You can't say a damn word about this. All right. But basically, he's gonna have some type of ritual with you. I don't even know what that even means. Right.
Ritual?
But I don't know. It's not naked people, that's for sure. That's just a me
Are you
thing.
sure?
I don't know, but we'll see. But he said it's just a silent ritual, and if it doesn't go well, he will fail you. And if he fails you, failure, if you haven't noticed with Jetro, is bad failure. Okay, so this is the thing. If he fails, he promised me that I kind of had to kill him.
You have to kill him. What?
Yeah. Okay.
Back up, back
yeah,
up,
I know
back
that's
up.
bad.
How do I factor into this equation? I mean, I just had Lance telling me that I have to be nice to Jetro. Now Jetro is going to do a ritual that may or may not involve clothes, and at the end of it, if I don't do well, he's going to have you kill him.
Okay, the clothes thing, probably not the worst of all this conversation. Okay, but yes,
It is the worst
it's-
part of my current conversation, that's for sure.
I'm trying to find clothes, damn it. So just seriously, it was a moment that was great. We cried obviously because that happens with him. But and look, he laid it all out on me. You are a big deal. All right. Yes, he's kind of puppy dogging it, and it's weird, but you are a big deal in his life, and it has to do with his history. And I don't even know what to do. I just need to tell you about that.
Well, what did he tell you what I need to say to him? I'll say anything.
No, he was so discreet. He could not share with me exactly what he needed from you. He just said that he cannot fail in your eyes.
Alice
And
is,
there's going to be a moment that's important, and if he fails this moment, I have to off him.
Alice is going to ignore the fact that he's naked. She's a little bit preoccupied. She's going to
Thanks.
take Erlan's hands in both of hers. Darling, I don't care what you promised him. You cannot follow through with this.
Okay, I don't want to.
I get
But-
it's your word of honor, but is it really an honorable thing to do?
In all honesty, he's at a point he has no hope. He already thinks that he's done for. he thinks that me beheading him will do him a service if he fails with you.
Well, yeah, I thought I was going to have cocoa with Zanny and breakfast with my husband, but
Yeah. Speaking of breakfast, you might want to wait to go into the kitchen.
Elon, if look, your butt print is already everywhere. If your penis print is on any of the things, if there's a table where there's just a suspiciously shaped imprint, I'm going to throw you into the pool. Actually, no, I'm going to throw you off the balcony.
Look, Alice, my penis was almost a burnt, charred breakfast sausage earlier. Okay, so no, that's not what it is. Just don't go in the kitchen for like at least a couple more minutes. Okay.
Okay, look, you're going to go put clothes on, and then you're
Yeah.
going to go downstairs, and you're going to
Okay.
tell my husband that you're sorry.
Oh, come on. I don't
No,
like him.
I don't care if you like him or not. He's a wonderful person. You'll get to love him. I certainly have, but you're going to you're going to look him in the face and go, "Thank you for letting me stay the night. I'm sorry I tried to set the house on fire."
Fine. I'm pretty sure he's the one helping right now clean up. So yeah, that's fine.
He's cleaning up by the 16, Elon.
Just your servant people weren't around, okay? Embrin's making breakfast.
That's probably why you almost caught on fire.
Yeah, we'll blame it on him.
Okay, look. I'm gonna go talk to Jetro, and you should make yourself scarce so you're not capable of performing any ritual should I somehow fail this task that I have no idea what I'm doing with.
Okay, just please don't tell anybody.
And Erlon.
I will ask. Lance is part of this conversation, right? Because he was blurring.
No, it's
Shit.
gone.
No, he did the blur and then he left.
Okay.
Yeah,
wanted to
okay,
make
So I
sure.
said the
I was
blur
gonna say,
dropped after a minute.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that's why for the context of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Lance is probably in the kitchen helping clean at this point.
It's clearly hard for Alice to say, but she's gonna look at Erlon and go, Erlon, I just want you to know that you are my friend. And then she's gonna walk away. She's just gonna walk away.
As she
How
walks
much psychic
away,
damage did she just
I'm
take?
just gonna secretly like mutter to myself like, "Oh my god, what does Bruce have?" Like, and just keep walking.
Big Red looks down and just goes, "What is he packing?"
what is he packing right now? Oh my god. Amazing.
Awesome.
Alice is going to obsessively read Jetro's letter all the way downstairs.
All right. I will ask: is this, as people are kind of like dividing up, is the overall intent for this, Alice, for this to be a private conversation? Okay. With that being said, let's take our break right now, since this is going to be a long one for it. Right now it's 8:24. Let's just come back at 8:40 Pacific.
15?
We're 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes. So 8:40 Pacific, 15 minutes. Yep. See you all soon. Take care. Yeah, let's not.
Yes.
I did it. We're back.
Okay,
We're
back.
back.
Awesome. Welcome everyone. Looks like Emmy's on his
stopped
way.
the stream?
What?
I'm just messing with her.
All right. Our adventures, our hotel heroes.
Yeah. That's what we should
Our
call ourselves.
resident-
Damn it.
That's our name.
That's our
our
team
name
name.
right there.
You all, Phoenix Force has been, or Phoenix Family, which is not an official name for them. But anyway, the
I
group,
really like the Hotel Heroes. That's great.
I don't know if that's been coin marker or anything. It just popped in my head right now. But either way, our group of friends and would potential heroes have been having an emotional night and then a very excitable morning, to say the very least. Alice, you finish your conversation with Erlon, and you start making your way to Jetro, who is still probably standing vigilant sitting vigilant.
I wouldn't even say vigilant.
In a
He's just
stupor.
sitting. Just
Okay.
sitting. He's kind of actually enjoying the peace.
Awesome. And I will say right now it's about 8:45. Alice would know that Bruce is going to leave at 9 o'clock with things. So just FYI, you might just pop over and just like head out.
Will he
But-
say goodbye?
He will, but you are also going to be in a conversation. So that's where the tension is going to be.
Well, then
Either way,
Alice doesn't have a clock, so
no, she doesn't. So Alice, go over and you start your conversation with Jetro. Take it away.
she's very timidly going to open the door. Does it open outwards or inwards?
Inward.
Open-
Or
Really?
No, but
no,
Erlon
you're right.
fell through.
it would open outward because Erlon fell outward. My apologies. Yes.
Okay, she's gonna very timidly open the left door over here and look out. Jetro darling, can I come out for a second?
You don't have to ask permission. You're the one footing the bill. Well, Bruce is.
Bruce says. She's gonna
And
step out.
technically, I should be asking if I should lie on your floor.
Well, darling, you appear to be lying on my floor already. She's gonna come over and she's gonna sit down next to him and she's gonna flip her skirts around her, but she's also gonna pull her knees up to her chest, a lot like he's doing. Darling,
He's still clutching the cushion.
you know when I threw that at you, I didn't actually mean you had to sleep with it tonight.
Then I kind of smiles. I really haven't slept that much. So I guess you could say I still did my duty.
Darling, you don't currently have a duty.
Well, it doesn't really work that way, Miss Alice. It doesn't really work that way.
I thought you were, I thought you were allowed to be vigilant from inside the warmth and comfort of a good room.
I don't think that there's specific rules that addresses that, but to be honest, when I became a mercenary, nobody handed me a rule book.
She's gonna hold up his letter. I got your message this morning.
That was a letter to my mother.
Well, you seem to have misplaced it under my door then.
Agreed. That was a mistake. I apologize. I do that a lot.
I
Do the
hope-
wrong thing, say the wrong thing, and then end up apologizing for it.
Well, darling, have you spent more than 5 minutes with me? You just have to be confident about it and not apologize. And have a lot of money.
Confidence, certain situations I have it. I'm sorry, what was the second one?
Oh, a lot of money.
Come up short there.
That's okay. Don't worry, we can foot the bill for you. Well, not currently, actually. So, maybe just rely on the confidence.
Is everything all right?
I came out here because I wanted to apologize for how I acted last night, but
He opens his eyes and turns and looks at you.
no, I'm serious. I'm very sorry for the way I acted. I overreacted because I was not in a good space mentally to, be handling a situation like that because I felt hurt by you and I didn't know how to express it.
I hurt you?
Not on purpose, and it wasn't anything you did. I'm not asking you to listen to me give you orders, but will you listen to me just sort of ramble for a second?
Again, we're on your dime, Miss Alice.
No, we're on Bruce's.
May, may I make a request,
Of course.
please?
Of course.
As we converse, would it be possible for you to talk about something other than the love you have for your husband and your husband's wealth and how well he takes care of you and how well he loves you? I'm frightfully,
I'm
darling, aware.
sorry. I actually was going to talk to you about my very favorite subject, myself.
You?
Oh,
You.
yes, me, darling, me. And you make a appearance in the story, don't worry. I just, didn't want you to think I was talking at you. I want you to know that I'm trying to be more open with you.
He just kind of leans his head against the wall and turns and looks at him. I mean, he's giving her his full attention. Hang on, I can't remember. All 15 that his charisma is.
Okay, look. Bruce told me he talked to you last night, and no, he just told me he talked to you. I mean, what was he supposed to say? Sorry, darling, I was taking out the trash. No, that's the only time he's mentioned in this story. I just wanted you to know that I know what you talked about. So that does influence why I'm talking to you, coupled with this letter, obviously. But no, I know this is going to be hard to believe, Jojo, but I don't have any friends, really. You're not allowed to have friends as a noble, because if you trust someone with a secret, they're just going to spit it back in your face in the form of gossip or a vicious rumor, or they're going to do something with it. You can't trust them. I have 3 friends from childhood, and of those 3, I would only trust 2 of them with anything. Like, I probably wouldn't even tell Kaya if something important happened. I would consider her a friend, but I can't say I trust her. But in the past week, that has changed drastically, and I am starting to learn that the rules that applied to my life before this don't apply here, because normally, it's you don't straight out ask somebody, "Hey, let's be friends," because if I walked up to another noble and said, "Hey, let's be friends," suddenly they have all of the power in the relationship. They can manipulate me and do what they want with me, because now they know that I want something from them and will give something in return, and they can use that to, I don't know, ruin me and my reputation. But
May May I intrude in your monologue?
Rambling, of course.
People are people, Miss Alice.
People are different.
No. 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 People are absolutely the same, regardless of station, regardless of race, identity, I whatever you want to say. People are people. And we're all the same.
Be that as that may, I have learned that when it comes to seeking friendship, it must be done through the art of subtlety and exchanging, sort of a quid pro quo between people, where one person doesn't get the power over the other. It's sort of a mutual arrangement, which is what I thought I was doing with you. But I realized that perhaps my subtlety may have been lost on you because we were not raised the same way.
So your quid's not necessarily a pro.
No, I'm. Jetro, do you want to know every way I've tried to tell you you're my friend?
What?
I've tried so many different times.
Oh, now you have my attention.
The first time.
Please, give me the top 3.
The first time was when we were fighting the scorpions, and up until then, our relationship had been you telling me you needed to protect me, and I assumed it was because you thought you were the alpha male in the party and had to protect me as a woman, and I didn't think much of your vow at the time because I was like, oh, he just wants to be the protector, that's cool, whatever. I didn't think of you as a servant, and then as I realized I thought more of you as a person, I began to trust you more, and not in a protector way. Like, when we were fighting the scorpions, the only reason I yelled at you because of Dante was not because I doubted your abilities to protect me, and not because I cared or gave a damn about your abilities to protect me. It is because when we were out there, I realized for the first time in my 16 Forsaken life that in the middle of danger, you were standing there and nothing was going to hurt me. And I don't mean that in like a you are sworn to protect me kind of way. It was because I trusted you. So, in response, the next time we fought, instead of running away like a little girl, away from the gunfire, away from everything, I wanted to give you the same sort of support that you gave me. So I followed you into battle in the middle of the desert after walking miles in my shoes. I had blisters on my feet, Jetro. Blisters. Do you know how hard it is to walk with blisters? Very hard. But I was like, I need to give this man the same sense of security that he gives me. So I followed you, and I tried to help you. Oh, and for top 3, the third one is, all the way home from Dante's house, I held your hand because I wasn't sure what was wrong with you, but I wanted to make sure you were okay, and you had a comforter, and you had someone that you could lean on. And I know that's not me verbally telling you how I feel about you, but Jetro, I care about you a lot.
He's literally just staring off into space, not saying anything.
She's gonna sigh and she's gonna rest her head on his shoulder.
That's not appropriate. And he sort of pulls away.
Darling, I don't know what's going on with you, and all I know is that some weird part of me has been awakened this last week, and there's so much of myself that I want to figure out, and at the same time, I can't see myself doing it without you being there. Not as my protector, just We all have our strengths. I mean, put me in the middle of a gala and I will out-talk anybody's ear. I'll get you the rumor mill. I'll do whatever you want, but you're physically strong. Zanny's incredibly intelligent, as is Lance.
Erlon. You forgot Erlon.
Oh, I mean, he just kind of falls under the strong people. And Imran is just
I mean,
good at everything, I suppose.
big and stupid, little and stupid. It doesn't really matter because we're all the same.
Darling, me and Erlan actually had a fantastic conversation together.
I'm so happy for you.
I told him he was my friend too.
I'm sure you did tell him he was your friend.
I did. And
yeah, that's
I meant it.
fantastic. Oh, I'm sure you did.
Alice is very clearly trying to stay calm. Like, her temper kind of rises, and then she takes a very deep breath, and she pushes it back down again.
What do you want me to say?
There's nothing you can say. It's just... We all started out in this weird little group of people who were not supposed to be together, and now I think we've found a tentative friendship that is growing into something a little bit more solid and a little bit more than that. And I just think as a group of people, we should obviously, I don't know, be open with each other, discuss our feelings with one another, be honest with each other.
How many friends did you say you had?
3.
How many friends do you have now?
9.
That's amazing. That's, I believe your husband would call that a 300% margin, 300%. Ah, fuck it. I'm stupid. I don't know. But I'm sure he'd say something.
Thought we were not discussing my husband.
I apologize, Miss Alice.
Do
you know how many friends I have? I'm so sorry.
5.
I have one friend. His name's One Ball. I'm not going to tell you why. In the bunnies, the guy to your left is your best friend. The one who's watching out for you. He's there to take the spear in the ribs, so you don't. That was One Ball. As a matter of fact, it might have been me that's responsible for his name of being One Ball. I can't tell you. You want to know why?
I don't think I want to hear the specifics.
I apologize.
I mean specifically about the one ball part of it. I've seen more than enough balls for the day, and I mean that from Erlon.
I didn't. It doesn't matter.
It does matter, Jojo. You matter, and if you look, she's going to motion at herself. I'm currently the person to your left.
Only because I'm kind of hunched up on the right.
Well, darling, that means we're best friends.
No, it doesn't.
I believe that was the word right out of your mouth.
I've said a lot of. I've said a lot of things. Done a lot of things. And Miss Alice, I understand the reasons why you and Zanny have never talked to me. You've shouted at me. You've directed me. You've insulted me. You've doesn't God, it all sounds so you take me back to being a fat little ineffectual child. How do you do that? Do you know how you know that you and I are friends?
How?
And kind of, she's still resting her head against the shoulder? Or no?
Yeah, she was.
He kind of puts his head on her shoulder and he says, because I've been falling in love with you since the day that I met you.
That's going to make her sit up. Like best friends?
Like best friends. Who fuck.
Darling, I'm married.
No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wasn't saying that we should. I'm just telling you that that's how you know we're friends. Because Miss Alice, the only thing that would make me happier than dying for you would be living for you. But I can't do it. I can't do it.
What? Why not?
It doesn't matter. He stands up and he pulls his sword and he holds it and he drops to his knees and he basically prostrates himself in front of you. And he says, I have sheathed this sword for the final time and I present it to you now.
Alice is gonna move from sitting, hugging her knees, to just like kneeling on the ground, and she's going to look at him. She's not gonna touch the sword. Darling, can I tell you a secret?
I certainly couldn't stop you.
I can't do this without you. And it's certainly, I'm sorry, not because I reciprocate our friendship in the same way.
I never expected.
I just,
I'm surprised that you. No, that's cruel. That is cruel, and I will not be cruel to you.
darling, the only reason I ever even fathomed walking away from this life is because I knew that come hell or high water, you would be there to help me. We're we're basically, you and I are very similar. Would you look at me?
He looks at her.
We're,
He raises his head up and looks at her. He has not moved from that position.
we're very, very similar, you and I. And we're
We
just,
both do love you.
well, that's fair. But no, darling, we are completely unaware of who we are, what we want, what drives us.
Don't. No, you're wrong. I'm sorry, Miss Alice. You're not correct.
Then what drives you, Jetro?
I don't think you want to hear it. I don't think I want to say it. And I don't think you'd understand it even if I did. And you did.
You know why I asked you your favorite color, right?
You did.
I did. It's because I don't know mine. And I thought talking to you about it and hearing what you liked would help me. Because I feel like we are a lot alike. I mean, you're running from your past, and I'm trying to reclaim mine.
I'm happy to hear that you are on a path. And again, and I'm so sorry, so sorry. I have to disagree with you. I'm not running from anything at this point. I'm running to something. And it's important that you know that.
Tetra, I know what happens after. And I
After
don't.
what?
Death.
Who's, first of all, you're making a Lurlon.
Alice kind of makes a face. Well, I'm sorry, his balls were out. I got distracted and I
His
just.
balls were out? Did he have two?
He did indeed have to. I just. Look, I
How many times did you count them?
really only once, but mostly because I thought they were still blurred and they weren't.
This has got to be the oddest conversation I'm going to have today.
Look, I'm just saying, darling, I'm not accepting. Because I don't want you to go running away again, no matter how you plan to do that.
May I make a request, please?
Is it going to be this?
Please.
Okay.
Miss Alice, I'm requesting that you release me from my vow.
I don't think I can. And you can think what you want of me for that. But I think the only way you're ever going to truly find your purpose and your hope and your redemption is with us at my side. And I'm not saying that to put you behind me or in my shadow. I mean that I don't want to give you a reason to run away again.
There is no us.
I think the fact you're all staying in my apartment is very clear indication that there's an us. Well, most of you are staying in my apartment. One of you has prostrated himself on my hallway floor.
I'm going to ask again. Please remove the weapon from my sight.
No.
I understand. Then might I humbly request, and I understand that you have concerns for your safety. And I understand that you would feel vulnerable. Then if you will not release me from my vow, I humbly request the return of the mask and the sword to me. APOC would not feel the feelings, but would still protect you with the same fierceness.
Darling, I don't know what hell you lived with for how long you lived with it, but I spent one night in the presence of whatever is in there, and I cannot, in good faith, ever return that to anybody.
It's like a burn. It gets better over time.
No, I won't. I won't
No,
sit there
I
knowing
assure
you're
you.
suffering. How long has it been since you've been without the mask? When was the last time you took it off permanently? Or when was the last time you didn't have it?
I don't even know what day it is.
The 24th of songs.
2 days?
In game.
Seeds? Seeds. No,
Yeah, it's
song.
24th of songs.
I was right.
He took it off the evening of the 22nd.
That's what I thought.
So it has literally been just like a day and a half since he took off the mask.
I don't want to wear the mask. I don't want to carry that sword. But I do want you to feel safe. And I do want you to feel secure. And I would rather feel nothing than have to live the way I'm living now.
Darling, you didn't answer my question. How long have you worn the mask?
I joined Erratus Lepus. I'm 27 now. I was 17, 10 years.
You've had a decade of that, and just for the first time, for a short period of time, you're feeling raw human emotions for the all at once.
I felt emotions with the mask.
You just told me you wouldn't feel them.
I did mislead you. Rage, hatred, anger are manageable.
But they're not
What
the
I
only
feel
ones.
for you, what I feel for you is not.
Jojo, do you remember what you said to me earlier? All humans are the same. We're all the same. We all feel the same level of hurt and pain and love and joy, and we have our own masks or vices, but we manage them.
That may be. That may be. You are adept at managing your vices, and I do believe that you wear a mask. And what makes me sad is even now you're still wearing that mask, I think. I think you're trying very, very hard. And I respect that. And I appreciate that. But I think the person under that mask is
Scared.
perfect.
No, she's scared.
The third option, and this is the one that I'd hoped we would exercise. The third option, Erlon bested me the previous evening. That's incredibly dishonorable
It was an unfair fight.
for him.
No, I threw a pillow at you. I'm quite intimidating, darling.
You are funny.
Oh no.
Erlon has already
Suddenly,
agreed.
the door. There's a tap at the door, and Bruce exits. You guys are still here. Heading out. So, he kind of like feels the tension at the moment. have a good day. Hopefully, I'll see you both in better spirits later on this afternoon or evening. So,
Darling, good luck today.
thank you. Hopefully, this nonsense can be over today with 16 willing.
I love you.
Love you too. Jetro, you enjoy yourself. Best of luck.
I have enjoyed my stay here, Bruce. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Any friend of Alice is a friend of me. He continues on.
Goodbye, Bruce.
Take care. And heads towards the door, towards the elevator.
Oh, Bruce is such a good husband. He's just like, whoa, something's going on out here. I'll see my way out. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Definitely
He's not
not
gonna ride the
suspicious.
service elevator. He's just gonna be like,
Pardon me. Excuse me.
get out.
May I continue?
Of course.
Erlon has already agreed. I'm sorry, Dishonor. I was bested the previous evening by Erlon. Far better protector, to be honest with you. Has both balls.
I'm inclined to agree with you on most things, Jetro, but that one
Well, I think we can agree that he has both. I've seen him naked as well.
I hate that is a shared experience we have.
I've shared many experiences with you, and I carry them here. And I'm sorry that I can't be a better. I'm sorry I can't do better for you. You deserve better. Anyways, the third option. As I said, Erlon has already agreed. This is really formality at this point. Unfortunately, it's going to require your presence.
I already told you
It would be very quick. I'm sorry?
I'm not going to let that happen.
It's going to be very quick. It'll be a silent ceremony, so there's no drawing it out. And it will just be my back will be to you. You will not see my intestines spill out. You won't see the. My plan is to, using a blade, terminate my life, regaining my honor. And part of that is a dependence upon somebody else who will, because at a certain point, we always scream. And that's dishonorable. So Erlon will see to it that I am appropriately silent.
So put your sword away and sit up.
He does so.
Alice is going to scoot forward and she's going to pull him into, quite honestly, the biggest hug Alice has given a person in a very long time.
He doesn't. He doesn't stiffen up. But he doesn't return the hug.
Darling, you cannot give me a no-win scenario.
What you see as a no-win scenario is a win.
She's gonna pull back, but she's kind of got like her hands on his shoulders. Darling, I know what happens next.
I don't.
What do you won't find honor there.
No. Oh, no. And I'm not seeking honor there.
You won't find penance there, or whatever you're looking for. You're not going to find it. I'm haunted constantly by the people who either were taken too soon or thought they could take an easy way out or something happened to them, but they plagued my every thought. And I remember every single one of their faces.
The reality of the situation is I will share my punishment that I've meted out. And as a cursed man, you end up in hell. But I'm fine with that.
Is he hiding his new little celestial on his hand?
That is a good question, Jetro. How are you hiding? Are you hiding your left hand?
No.
Okay.
He's being
So,
completely honest, completely open.
Yep.
She's gonna finally see it, and she's gonna grab his hand and look at it and say, "What does this say?"
Fool.
Can I insight check him?
sure. Insight check him.
I'd like to use my journal inspiration, please.
Sure. And Jetro, if you want to roll
That was
deception.
worse. That was worse. God damn it. God damn it.
I will give you my DM inspiration, Alice.
And if not, I'm giving you birthday inspiration.
No, that was much
There
better.
you go. That was from the
Thank
DM.
you. Joshua, what does it say?
What does it say, Gasson? I'm sorry, I can't read my note.
Friend.
It says fiend.
Don't make me do it again.
No, it still carries over. He's still lying.
Joshua, I know there are people in our party that read Celestial. I will go get Lance.
You despise Lance.
And I do not despise Lance.
He's the one person you might despise more than me. Actually, that's not fair. I believe you despise Lance. I believe that you only remember me when it's convenient for you.
What gives you that indication? Joshua, I slept by your side last night. No, night before last.
What's my last name?
Has he told us?
You would remember it from the writing that he in the letter had.
Osman.
I can't do this anymore, Alice. I can't. And he's now. He did not say Miss Alice. He said Alice. I have anger towards the doctor, Dr. Zanashara. I'm sorry, I was corrected. But I caused her reaction, so it's actually more anger at myself. And I know I did the same for you.
I didn't yell at you because I was mad at you.
I'm not a child. You don't have to speak to me like one.
I wasn't trying to. I just have.
No, I mean just now.
No, I'm not trying to.
Just talk to me, Alice. 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 I just asked permission to kill myself, to be away from you. Not this place, not that mask, not that sword. I am asking you to send me to hell so that I can be happier there than by your side.
Alice is going to take his little face in her hands and kind of squeeze his cheeks just a little bit, not enough to be comical, but just enough to be like, "You're looking at me now. Then you're going to have to hate me, Jetro, because I'm not going to do it. I will be the villain in your story, if you want me to, as long as it means you live."
And with that, I'm going to ask that we take a quick 10-minute break. Alice or Lumi, can you put the timer on for
Give
10
me just,
minutes?
I gotta change it over. It's a whole thing. Okay, right now?
Yep. Okay, let's go
We're
into it.
back.
We're back. All right. Thank you, folks, for hanging in there. Just needed to check in with stuff and like decompress for the moment. Let's get back into the scene. Alice you have his hands together, and you've just said that you. My apologies. What was the exact wordings? I'm trying to remember.
This
We
one,
all
you
know.
know this is
Okay.
a question you can't ask me.
Fair enough. Alice has just refused the third option.
She has.
Jetro.
And
And was asking about the friend with the marking on your
Hold
hand.
I have to read. I should have read this during the thing. Damn. That's unfortunate. I can't. Never mind.
It's fine. Jetro, what are you and Alice doing?
Miss Alice, I just need you to understand. I wasn't being hateful when I told you that an eternity of hell is preferable than another moment at your side. That sounded really bad.
It was particularly hateful.
It wasn't. And it's important that you know that. It's important that you know that. His voice gets softer. You think, I believe, I am not telling you what to feel, but I believe that you think I'm just a foolish child that needs to be guided, directed like any parent would.
But I don't. I just don't want you to. I. Your life is worth more than that. And if I'm the only one who has to fight for it, I will.
What do I have to do to fight for you?
What do you mean?
Because I've told you, you honestly haven't even listened to my words. If you told me to cut my arm off, I would.
But I
If
wouldn't.
you, that's not the point. If you handed me that sword and mask back, whether you would or wouldn't, the two things that I hate most in this world, and I'm trying really hard not to hate. I'm trying really hard not to hate. But if you told me to bear those again, you wouldn't have to ask a second time. And now you're telling me that you will not free me in any way, shape, or form, that you're going to force me to walk beside you as you and your husband have a wonderfully happy life. And you are telling me that it will most likely be me that ends up watching your children with him.
I would hire a nanny.
I'm speaking, please, now. I am telling you, man to woman, you have told me enough times to shut up. I am asking if I may continue to speak. Thank you. I hate myself. And the only greater emotion that I feel is the love that I have for you. I can't say it any plainer. I can't be less obtuse. You may think this is a childhood fantasy or a lie. I hate living, but you are the one reason why I will continue to live. You are. Not Erlon, who I love like a brother, not Emberin, who's okay too, or Lance, and not Dr. Zanashara. You. I won't like it. But if I get to smell your hair twice a day, the scent, there's a little fragrance, a floral fragrance that follows you throughout the room. I always know where you've been.
It's
Your
not really-
dress swishes a particular way. And I know what the sound of your I know what the sound of your footsteps sound like. And the best part of my day is when I hear those footsteps approaching me, because I know for that moment you're not angry. And you might smile. And that's why I will continue to follow you.
She
And he
stares.
just slumps his head.
Alice is just gonna give him a little hug. She's gonna put his head on her shoulder. She's gonna give him a little back rub.
And for once, he doesn't cry. He might be tearing up and misting, but and yet he it's killing him. You see him; he's putting his arms behind his back because he knows that he cannot show any familiarity with you.
She's gonna hug him for like a solid 30 seconds. Like, this was an awkwardly long hug before she pulls him
One
back
Mississippi, two Mississippi. Yeah.
Darling, the last thing I ever want to do.
Please don't call me that. You call everybody that.
Jetty. I don't want to be the reason you're hurting, but will you? If it is for me, will you at least try with everyone else?
I the player didn't hear the last part of your statement.
Oh, I said, if it is for me, will you at least try with everyone else? And if it doesn't work, and I am causing you more pain in the long run, I will release you. And if you want to run again, I will let you, but not until you try. I was told I don't talk to people, I talk at people, I don't listen, I talk too much, I'm too familiar, I do everything wrong, and I know it's wrong of me to ask you this, but I'm going to be selfish with you and ask you to try.
Knowing that every day you're okay with every day knowing the aching that I feel and the pain that it causes me. You would be more comfortable with that than my absence.
Yes. And I know that makes me a bad person, but I'm okay with that.
If anybody called you a bad person, please don't. It doesn't make you anything other than a person. We're all selfish.
And if I ever treat you like I have been treating you and I don't realize it, look me in the face and tell me, Alice, you're being dense. Because I'm apparently very dense and very bad at talking to people. It's like my whole life is talking to people and I'm bad at it.
I'm going to make 2 requests of you.
None of them are dying, right?
You're just going to have to trust me.
I do.
The first. Please learn to talk to me. To me. I know you better than I think you think I do. Please understand that I am a man. And the second, because this is the closest I'm ever going to get, may I kiss your hand?
On one condition, you tell me what that says.
You're going to have to trust me.
Fine. She holds out her hand to him.
He takes it and he puts his other hand over the top of it. And he says, your trust inspires me. He removes the top of his hand and he leans forward and he places his lips and then he places his forehead on your hand. And he says, it's an honor to serve.
Jojo, you're not serving me. I don't want you walking in my shadow or by my side or listening to me yell at you unless, you deserve to be yelled at, but everybody deserves to be yelled at sometimes. And I will go yell at Zanny for making you call her Dr. Zanashara because by the 16 her name is Zanny. And no one should talk to you like that. But I don't want you to act like you're my help. Because you're not. You're my friend.
Every instance that I answer you with, yes, Miss Alice, please understand that is not me acquiescing. That is me telling you I love you.
By the 16, Jojo, Jetty, you're not going to make this easy on me, are you?
You're a happily married woman. This
I
should
am.
be easy for you.
It is, I just, What do I tell Bruce?
About what?
The mysterious man who now sleeps outside my door every night, or...
I'm sorry, what?
What? You slept outside my tent. You've slept outside my door for a second night now.
I've slept outside your apartment.
Well, that is still my door.
Fair.
Come on, stand up. She's going to try to get him to stand up with her.
He does.
Okay.
He does.
There is cocoa that's probably very cold now in the kitchen that Zanny made for us. Will you go drink it with me? With us?
As you... Yes, Miss Alice.
She's going to open the door for him.
Miss Alice?
We'll ask. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm not going to make this easy on you.
Clearly.
I will ask, what kind of shenanigans or things has everyone been doing the last hour?
Is the house still intact?
Which is why I'm asking. Because what are you guys walking into? Let's go with Lance. What has Lance been doing for the breakfast?
Are our clothes here?
Yes. They have.
That's right. He's still waiting for clothes.
Look, the scenes have been very back and forth, but yes, they are.
Lance would have ate and gone and changed into his new clothes, and he would be currently fighting with Erlon like a child to get him to put his clothes on.
Is Erlon naked while you're fighting it, or is he just wearing other clothes and you're trying to take them off?
Both. I mean, I probably won the first part, and I have Erlon naked again when Alice walks in, and I'm trying to put a shirt on him or something.
She's not even phased at this point. She just goes,
Yeah,
"Oh, Elon,
his
good to
two
see you
balls are
again."
out. If Erlon, if you wish, you can be wearing. Are you wearing underwear or no? Because Lance probably would not have taken that off. Because that would be
All
weird.
natural, commando,
All
commando.
natural. Okay, we're going with that. Awesome. M. What is M doing in this hour?
Still
I guess
eating.
he would yeah, finish eating and then just make sure that he has his things needed for his spells for the day, and just kind of not expecting us to be hanging around for too long. He's just kind of getting his things ready and ready to get on with the day and do whatever we gotta do.
Yep. Awesome. And Zanny, what is Zanny doing at the hour that has transpired?
She went and got breakfast and ate it, and then went upstairs and got changed and got ready to leave.
All right. Awesome. And that also is a good question. Did M also switch over to the new clothes?
Yeah, if he got new clothes, sure, he'll wear 'em.
I got M clothes. I didn't know what aesthetic you wanted, so I didn't post them in there. You can pick your own.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Awesome. So yeah, everyone is in various dressed up. You all would know, or Alice at least would know. Checkout time is at 11. Is at 11. At this time, it's probably closer to 10. So we're actually more like 9:45.
Bruce didn't give any indication where I should send my entire wardrobe.
He did. He would have said that he actually did say that he's gonna get everything sent to the Marjorie Hotel. So you don't know like what status it is, but
It has the
everything
word hotel in it.
just like Ivory Palace is a hotel.
It has the word palace in it.
Hotel.
It doesn't say it's not the Marjorie Palace, it's the Ivory Coast. But yes, you know that you're downgrading from the Ivory Palace to the Marjorie Hotel across town. But what are you all? What does Alice do as she sees Lance is wrestling with Erlon?
I said it in the chat. She's gonna go, "Look, Teddy, I told you he has 2 of them."
She did.
I was gonna say we're not rolling for it, but Lance is winning at this point. He's got like Erlon in a triangle, like with his legs, and just like
we're rolling for it. Get out of here.
All right. Okay. So
just
roll an athletics check. Lance, roll an athletics or acrobatics.
Oh boy.
Is this at advantage now? Oh,
No,
it
it's
is.
just straight, I think, because you're not raging. But
If you get beat by the wizard.
let me double check the squat nimbleness.
Wait, I think it is now.
I'm looking at
Is there a little A next to it?
I'm looking at yeah, it is.
D&D Beyond.
And it is with advantage.
Yes.
if you roll with advantage and lose to the wizard, then you deserve to be dressed like a child.
Oh my god, I got a nat one on one of them. So that
Oh my
was rough.
Whoa.
And
I will use my session inspiration to try to beat it.
You have to roll a 19. You realize, okay?
No, I have a +1. I only had to roll a 17.
A 17. Well, near beat.
An
yeah.
18 to beat him with it. Yeah, I had a 10% chance. It's fine. 15%.
And I'm not giving you the birthday one for that.
That's fine.
With that said, you are seeing Erlon is naked, but he is putting up a fight, shoving the clothes back into Lance's face, and Lance is trying to like slip
Freedom.
it in, and he's just just a naked halfling, or sorry, naked small folk at this moment.
Let him be free.
Elon?
I'm just pissed there's sleeves.
Elon, you can rip the sleeves off. We have to leave soon. And if you want to put your big red mark on this city, we have to be out of here before they throw us out of here. Do you want the first time someone says big red in this city to be like, big red, get out?
Fine, but I can dress myself, Lance.
I'm a big boy.
I'm a big boy.
Well, the first time I handed you the clothes, you threw them at me and said, "I'm not wearing these."
Well, because you were the one choosing all of it.
I
I
got
don't
you
follow
red.
you, Lance.
I got you red. It's
Yeah.
a vest. You can show off your abs.
Yeah.
And
And
I
he's
told
showing
you
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 it,
needed
so
to
like-
put it on so I could measure where the snaps go to take the sleeves off for you.
I hate how this all works. I'll put it on, but take the sleeves off right away.
That's fine. Just put it on for a second, and then Lance is gonna go mark, and then he's like, "Just give me a minute," and he's gonna go fix the sleeves.
I'm just
Fair
putting the
enough.
top portion on. So you're measuring me. And my butt's still out.
That's Lance doesn't care.
Awesome.
You done?
Yes, he'll
Just-
get it marked, and he's gonna go take the sleeves and adjust them for you.
Yep. Eventually, you all finish packing your things, or at least leaving them for the porters, the concierge, the bellboys to take to transport, as the carriage was arranged by Bruce. And you all are getting ready in different ways to go. Just go down, just like around, just see is there any last thing you guys are doing at the Ivory Palace. Let's go with M. Anything you're doing at the Ivory Palace before you check out and leave?
No, I'm all set.
All right, Zanny. Is there anything Zanny's doing before she checks out and leaves?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Jetro. Anything he's doing?
He's going to get dressed in the clothes that Lance provided,
All right.
and he's
Awesome.
going to wait outside respectfully the door of the bedroom for Miss Alice. And when she gets there, he does have something that he's going to whisper to her.
All right. And what is it that you whisper?
When he sees her, he kind of leans in and says, "That sigil is celestial for friend."
Good, I'm glad. Friend looks good on you.
Awesome. Speaking of which, Alice, what is she doing before checkout?
Once she's done dressing, she is going to go downstairs and find Zanny and just give her a hug. Darling, I've said it to everybody, but I want to say it to you and mean it most of all. I appreciate you, and I care about you, and by the 16, it's been an hour I've been awake, and I've had a very difficult morning, and you are just a constant light in my life.
Glad I can help.
Awesome. Yeah. Alice can definitely tell probably Zanny is in a. What would Alice be able to just naturally insight from that tone?
Alice, above all else, would recognize the sight of a woman who cried all night.
Gotcha.
Alice is not going to leave Zanny's side for pretty much the whole day now.
All right. Erlon, anything you're doing before checkout?
As I'm kind of putting my everything back in my backpack, I'm totally gonna try to look for another robe.
There's plenty of robes. You can snag one.
That one's going in the backpack.
There we go.
And I'm gonna go with everybody else.
Awesome. And Lance, what is Lance doing before checkout?
Lance is doing a cursory sweep to make sure that everything is semi-presentable and fixing the shit that Erlon broke and trying to remove butt prints if possible and trying not to get Bruce fined a bunch of money. And then he'll swing by the kitchen and realize that neither Alice nor Jetro ate, so he'll use the leftovers and make them breakfast sandwiches. And he'll put them in his bag so that when he meets up with them, he can give them food. So Mostly so they don't get hangry and he has to deal with that later.
Get the alcohol.
It's totally selfish. It's not for them.
Get the
Um,
alcohol.
You keep saying that, Lance. You keep saying that.
But then, yeah, he'll make sure everybody got all their stuff, and and he's gonna change Sheldon back into the desert turtle.
Okay, not into.
And
a
he's gonna
pivot?
look at it. He's gonna look and be like, "Look, I'm gonna turn you into a turtle. Again, not a skeleton one, a normal desert turtle."
Well, before you do that, do you have the char? You used up all the charcoal in the house.
Oh, that's right. I need to get more. Okay, Lance is gonna look at Sheldon and just be like, "Look, I need to get more charcoal so I can change the shape again. Look at me, bird. Bird, right here. Look at me.
Huh?
No talking shit. Do you got it?"
Yes.
I don't believe you, but let's behave today. And then I will see if I can find a book of animal pictures, and I will let you pick what form you get to be in later if you behave all day, okay?
No talking shit.
No talking shit. All right. Let's go. Oh, and he'll make sure he'll go see if there's like an extra biscuit or something, then feed the bird.
Awesome.
Or berries.
right.
I don't know what birds eat.
Crackers.
Bird things.
Crackers and such. Bread. Awesome.
Bird things.
You all descend down and leave the comforts of the Ivory Palace.
If Lance didn't
Chris
get the
on?
alcohol, Alice is.
What's up?
Yeah.
As we leave and he passes by it, Jetro just picks up the cushion and takes it with him.
Okay.
Sorry.
So the cushion that she threw. Okay, and you stuff it into the bag.
No, he's holding it. He's just holding it,
Oh.
taking it down. I dare somebody to stop him. I dare them.
All right. Yeah, it's just gonna be billed to the room. So.
Yeah.
All right. You all descend into the city streets.
Yes, as we're going down the elevator, Lance is giving the two their sandwiches.
Did you get the tequila?
I got all of the alcohol. That was the other thing. When I was sweeping, and I would have grabbed all the alcohol for Alice because I know she would die if I didn't.
Lance, I adore you more than anything. And she's holding out her. She's got like the sandwich in her hand, but she's holding out her cup.
Miss Alice, can I ask you to consider something?
Yes, Jetty.
Perhaps you'll be taken more seriously if you behave more seriously, and that would be an advantage for Bruce. Perhaps drinking a little less.
I have had nothing to drink today. I think one little bit of whatever Lance puts in my cup is not going to be a problem.
It won't. You're far stronger than anything. What I'm asking you to consider is making a choice to abstain, to show the world how strong you truly are. I have complete confidence that you can do it.
She's just glaring at him.
Lance, pour something in your glass.
Well, I can't
And you
waste
just
good
exit-
alcohol.
You are now exiting the elevator, all of you
Yep.
together.
Does Alice just take a drink without looking at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Valley Drop. It's not actually alcohol.
She makes a face. Well,
And he'll just look at her and be like, "When you finish your sandwich, you can have the good stuff."
If you truly want it, because you're stronger than a pathological need for...
Alice is blocking out the haters. She's blocking out the haters. She's walking with Zanny, blocking out the haters to eat her sandwich.
You exit out of the hotel and are in the greater, or have the whole city awaits you all. You guys can decide if you're going to be taking carriages or walking, just up to you. But actually, let's end on well. Yeah, well, we're a little over time right now, so then I think that's a good place to end it. But
Lance does
Big
tell
Red
you
had
as
his
we're
hand up.
okay, go ahead, Erlon.
You're fine. It was we can start it next time. I was just gonna do a perception check on that person I saw when we first came in.
All right, roll a perception check.
Oh,
No,
shit.
golly. next next week.
while you're looking around, Lance is just gonna say, "I think we should walk. These are really nice streets to walk on."
Hey!
Wow.
20.
End it.
Yeah,
Nat
you
20.
look around, and actually, they are not there. The halfling or the small folk that you saw the previous day is not there. You very analytically look at every corner that you can, scanning, doing a sweep, and you are very confident and certain that they are not present at this moment. Now,
I'll share that info with Jetro because I know he would appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well,
there is, however, a dwarf that is very quickly approaching the party. And
look like?
3 swords drawn.
Another short person.
that's rude.
my place.
And they look like this: a short dwarf with, or I should say about 4 feet tall, with a very grizzled dark hair, and he is staring directly at Big Red as he's making his way towards him.
That Big Red.
And we'll pick up there next
We
time.
We can keep
Go
going,
longer.
son. Good time.
We'll pick up. It's already 10:09. I say I always try to end at the 10 o'clock marker, so I think that's a good place. A little bit of a cliffhanger. Who is this dwarf? Why is he approaching Big Red?
Let's fight him.
And what was that?
Let's fight him.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Let's
As
just fight him.
he is armored, heading straight towards there in a very gruff manner.
Quite
And
literally asking for a fight.
what happens next? So, all right, y'all. This was a fun session 11. We will see what happens next time in session 12. So
We got
We finally got out of the hotel.
we got out of the
Yay!
hotel.
forced out of the goddamn hotel.
We did it.
So,
What a wild ride.
We didn't level up from that hotel.
no.
No, we're downgrading
Come on.
to
I
bunk
just
beds.
make you all lose a level. Awesome. All right, y'all. We'll see what happens next week. Everyone else, enjoy the rest of your night and see you all next Tuesday. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
You guys.